Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very random and very new episode of the Pod of War PlayStation podcast, quote unquote. So I'm here, joined forever and always by Massive Dash Chris Pengelly.
Hello, everyone.
And only Massive Dash Chris Pengelly, because Krieg's out sick. So we've taken this opportunity to completely take over the show and make this our PlayStation show. Chris, are you excited to talk PlayStation today?
Yeah. Always excited to talk PlayStation.
Always. So we've got the PlayStation jacket on the go here. We've got the PlayStation glass. We're going to just have PlayStation games.
Weirdly, I haven't got my PlayStation hoodie on. I got a Game of Thrones one on.
Throwback Game of Thrones one. And Craig's going to come back and be like, what have you done? The whole channel is just going to be PlayStation. So we'll start off, Chris, this week, because I still need to really come up with a topic, but we'll start off with what have you bought and played on the PlayStation platforms this coming week?
Even if we were doing an all formats one, it would only be PlayStation as well of what I've been playing. If you did, I know this is going to be sort of a weird episode, but like on the last proper one, I just started episode 2 of Death Stranding, and I finished episode 2 of Death Stranding and just started episode 3, which sounds like I've not played a lot. You go, oh, he's only on episode 3. The game's got like 16 episodes. I'm 9 hours into the game. So, yeah, episode 2 is quite a chunky. It's some of the end, like sort of spoilers. Some of the ender episodes are quite short and more like cutscene based compared to the earlier ones. The game is fantastic. Obviously, I had it quite high in my top 25 games of all time. And when I did it, I did think, I know you're going to say Kojima biased, but I think I would have Metal Gear games higher than I do, if that was true. I was thinking it was more of like recently biased, like, oh, I've recently played this game, really liked it, I'm putting it high. I know, like, on the GNamer forum, that's happened before, like, Jay on there had Undertale, like, really high for ages, and now he's, like, I don't even know if he's in, like, his top 20 or anything anymore, but he had it, like, and there's a few times we've got asked the Undertale effect, like, we've played it recently, really liked it and everything. But yeah, sort of playing it now, I'm like, yeah, this game definitely, like, don't know when I finish it, because I do want to finish it on PS5, and like I said, I'm a good 8 or 9 hours into the game, like, it's gonna get close to pushing Wind Waker off the top spot. It might even go to, like, second or third. I think I put it on 5th, but it is really, really good, so playing that. And then the other one is one of my pickups. We are going to do pickups, but only PlayStation 1, which mainly is Alan Wake Remastered. Which I got. Yeah, which I got for PS5. I managed to get this for 20 quid. It's only 25 RRP, so it's quite cheap for a really good remaster as well. It's there has been some work done to it. You can tell it's an older game. But if you said to me, this is a really late Xbox 360 PS3 game, you know, like Last of Us was a late PS3 game, looks great, or this was an early Xbox One PS4 game, I would believe you it's mostly that, not like, I suppose it's like 12, 13-year-old 360 game now.
Yeah, it was 09, right? 10?
Yeah, so it looks really good. It uses the DualSense. It doesn't use any of the haptic feedbacks or anything like that. And it doesn't use like different colours for the lights or stuff like that, which I thought it might. I thought it might light up when you're in the light spotlight or anything like that. But it does use the triggers and that. The guns sort of feel different. They're not like, I've not played Deathloop, but I hear like the guns all feel very different with the trigger. They don't feel hugely different. You can tell what's a shotgun and what's like the revolver, but the double shotgun and the regular shotgun didn't feel any different. And then the torch with the other trigger, you can definitely like feel it's different. So they've definitely tried to do something for the PS5 version and that, which would be different to the PS4 and the Xbox versions of that. So that's quite a neat sort of feature. Looks good as well. Still holds up, like I said, gameplay wise pretty well. Narrative That's still a strong point. So really good. I'm on episode. This is also episode based, and this one actually does it like sort of TV episodes, not like Death Stranding. And I'm on episode 5 or 6, so I've almost finished it. So I was hoping I might have even finished it before the podcast. I will still have the 2 bonus like DLC episodes to go, which is in there as well. So yeah, that was a good one I got on the PS5. Then I got some more random pickups here. So I have 2 Japanese PS3 games. So I have EX Troopers.
Of course you do.
Which is it's a spin-off of Lost Planet, which didn't go outside of Japan. It's on the PS3 and 3DS.
That's random.
That's the two. So that's the 2 consoles it's on. I hear it's really playable in, if you don't know the language, because it's pretty much running around shooty stuff and stuff like that. I'm guessing if it did have any online, it most probably is not online anymore.
Yeah, it's almost certainly gone.
For Japanese only game. Don't know if it does. I might do a video on that. So I got that one. It's got the book and everything. It's a really nice condition. So I got that. And I got that with, and what I mainly wanted, and I asked if they could get this as well, because during the whole PSN's going to go down on PS3 and Vita, this game went up for a lot of money because it had a physical in Japan. And I believe you can actually play it in English as well, even the Japanese version, or it's so limited the language that it's not my thing. And that's Tokyo Jungle. So I actually do have the PSN version of this because I bought it when it's closed. But I asked Genki Video Games, based here in England, I think like Sheffield or something, I'm not sure, asked they could get it when, because obviously they're buying games directly from Japan, like bulk and stuff like that, when the outage, and it was going for silly money. So that was like 6 months ago I asked about it, and they did obviously get it, and I thought, well, while I'm getting this, I'll see what else they had. So I got EX Troopers as well. They had a few other things that interested me, but I only got those 2. I haven't tried either of them yet, but yes, I got those 2 on PS3, so I have some Japanese PS3 games in the collection now. And then I got 2 PS2 games, which I picked up today. Originally, I was only going to have like 2 pickups from the whole proper podcast, and then I've got loads. I went into town today, had some posting to do, so I popped into CX as well, and see if they had anything, and I picked up 2 Naruto games on the PS2.
Why?
Absolutely, I got Naruto Ultimate Ninja and Ultimate Ninja 2, which has got. I had a look. I think on Wikipedia it goes up to Ultimate Ninja 4 or something on PS2.
Yeah.
This is still actually a 2007 PS2 game, and it's got the newer cases as well, which I've not rarely seen. So they're missing they haven't got the memory card thing, but they are proper PlayStation because they have the PlayStation logo. Which they changed like really late in the PS2. But this is 2007, and then Ultimate Ninja 4 came out like 2011 or something on PS2.
I feel like 3 was on 360. 2 might have even been on 360, to be honest.
No, there's 2. Then it changes to Ultimate Ninja Storm.
Right, okay.
So there's like Ultimate Ninja 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's Ultimate Ninja Storm.
I've never even watched a single episode of Naruto. I was too old.
Yeah, so I picked them 2 up. I was just looking at all the games, looking at PS2 games, and I think they're $150 each or quid each or something. It wasn't very much. It's again like for a Naruto game, that seemed kind of cheap.
There's a lot of them though, isn't there?
Yeah, there is a lot of them, but one of them on like the GameCube is like a very expensive game, which it's because I don't own. It's one that I don't own on the GameCube.
I think you just cannot compare game prices to GameCube. Because what was the example I saw? It's like Wrath of Cortex is like £2 on PlayStation, £3 on Xbox, and £27 on GameCube for some reason. Because it's on game, because it's a Nintendo thing, so people collect it.
And also, you say that the two on 360 that Ubisoft did that are really good, they're not super expensive compared to like GameCube, but they're still like 10, 15 quid for a 360. For a 360 game, it's more on it's weird. It's sort of expensive on the 360 game side, but when you compare it to GameCube or something,
360 is still incredibly cheap for a retro console.
Yeah. So that is my pickups, a random mix: PS3, PS2, PS5.
No PS4 or PS1 games from Chris, so that's upsetting.
No.
Next week. Obviously,
yeah, I'll see what PS4 and PS1 games I can find.
Definitely, PS1 games are all expensive now, pretty much, right? So
no PSP or Vita. So.
Yeah, but we say that for a handheld chat. So I've got two pickups. We'll talk about what you've been playing in a minute, because we're weird today. This is a completely random episode. So I spent £12 on two games, two sealed games. I got Kingdom Hearts 2.8 and Kingdom Hearts 3.
Is there a reason you find Kingdom Hearts games?
So ironically, no, because I ordered them before the Smash tournament, the Smash announcement. There's no way these have been that cheap. Then the prices have all gone up now, I think. But I have two. I can reach it actually.
You have 2.8.
I have all the rest on PlayStation on disc. I know it's on for Craig. Craig's not here, but I know they're on Game Pass. I think 3 might have gone, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, 3's left. I think they might have all left. I don't know.
It's a series I've been very slowly playing through for the last 12 months. So I just want them all physically.
Which two did you pick up?
So I got 2.8.
Yeah.
And 3.
Okay.
So I just need to get Melody of Melancholy, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Which is dropping in price rapidly, so I suspect I'll be able to pick that up pretty soon.
As it is canon.
And it is canon. I need to buy Remind when it's on sale as well.
That's why I still got I got a copy on Xbox One of Kingdom Hearts 3, and I'm just waiting for that DLC to ever go cheap.
What's an Xbox One?
Because I think it's like 28 quid.
It's 20. I think it's like 27.99 or 28.99. And
it's like 2 hours long.
It's 2 hours, yeah. But it's weird. On PlayStation, it's on sale quite a bit because I think they do a lot of like Japanese sales because they have more Japanese games. So I think it was on sale. I should have bought last week when it was on the Tokyo, the TGS. Whenever TGS is on, there's a sale. I'm sure it was on sale. I should have bought it. Yeah. Oh well. So I finished 1 completely on Xbox. I watched obviously the 2 movies. I got like a little bit through Chain of Memories, which is awful, but I think I might give it another go. I think the problem with Chain of Memories is it's basically just 1, but with cards. Like you just replay 1. It's like the same because of memory, right? But it's really plot important. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna have to like really play it because Kingdom Hearts. I know what I've played at Kingdom Hearts, I've really enjoyed. And I know I've talked about it on the show before. It's so hard to get into as a series now because you have to play like 12 games, as you have to play all of them as well, because otherwise you haven't got a clue what's going on. So I saw them cheap, wanted something to buy this, but I didn't buy Metroid in the end.
No,
because of financials. So I was like, right, instead of spending 50 quid on something, I'll spend £12 on 2 games. That's fine. That made me feel better. So we'll talk about what we've been playing on PlayStation. We might as well stick with me as I'm here. I've been playing more Dirt 5, Chris, on my road to Platinum for the PS5, and I will. I'm planning to stream me getting the Platinum. I've done all the DLCs but 1, so now I'm just grinding up the miles until I get to like 920 miles. So I've just got 80 miles to do. I can do that on stream. That would be about an hour. That'd be fine. Great game still. Love it. Got almost all of the trophies now. I've got all the trophies that I need to get. I think there's a couple of the DLCs that have like one really hard mission that's like a smash attack or something that I'll need to do. I think that's literally what's stopping me getting all of the trophies at the moment. So I'll do that on stream because I'll need the miles. So we'll get that done. I've started Kena Bridge of Spirits. I've played like an hour. I'm enjoying it so far. I really need to like just sit there and finish it. I don't think it's very long. I think it's like 6-7 hours, right?
I think on how long the beat is like 9. But I feel on the PlayStation again. We talked about this with my Guilty Gear Strive. If it actually is tracking the time, accurate. I'm sure it's saying I've played for 5 hours and they've only done like the first like zone, and there seems to be 4 of them. So if it took me 5 hours to do the one, that's like 5 times 4 is 20. So
look at that maths from Chris.
Hey.
So we'll see. I mean, I'm enjoying it so far. It's obviously beautiful. It does feel like a PS2 game in a good way. I like PS2 games.
Yeah.
So I lived through it, right? But yeah, it's a very good looking game. Like I think you said last week that it looks like a movie, and it does.
Yeah,
I think the studio did animation before they did games.
Yeah, they did.
So it looks that way. And it's no surprise that means the gameplay's quite simple, but it's fun. It's a beautiful game. I don't think it's probably worth the £32, but especially if it was physical for that, I think it would be. And that sounds really stupid, but
yeah, because the physical coming mid-November.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, I think it's already been delayed over here once already physically. Because I know that Bug Snacks had the similar thing where it was like,
yeah.
And now it's like I don't think if that's out yet actually physically. I think it's got delayed again.
Still not out.
Yeah, so it's like, it's a shame. But yeah, Kena Bridge of Spirits is fun, obviously because I played PES 2022 or eFootball 2022 because it was free, and I was like, I'll play it, and my god, it is awful. Like it's not even a beta; it's like an alpha. It's like so bad. Like so I didn't really count any glitches. Like I've seen lots of really hilarious glitches, but the gameplay is utter trash, Chris. Like there's just no.
I've not played it.
It's so bad. Like it's you. No matter what you think about how bad it could be, it's worse because it's just like the players can't tackle. The physics are weird. They just kind of bounce off each other. The ball just kind of bounces off people. The AI is terrible. It's like Jesus Christ. It gives out trophies like no business. No platinum though. So it's probably better to do on Xbox just for the points.
Because of 1000G, yeah.
Yeah, but it does give them out. You could easily, like me and you could sit there tonight and get 100% of the trophies. Easily, without any effort. Like it would take us about an hour tops. I mean, you could just sit there and boost it with each other and get it done. Would be no problem. And that is the kind of game it is, unfortunately. So, yeah, really disappointed by how utterly terrible that is. And I'm trying to think if I've played anything else. I think I replayed the Voice of Cards demo on PlayStation just in case you needed to do it for the full game. Because I'm probably going to get it on PlayStation because I have that money sat in my account. So
yeah,
as money's tight.
That's where I played the demos as well. PlayStation. That's the end of this month, isn't it? So
yeah, it's the 28th, I think. So
there's the other ones this week. I think the Dungeon one, which hasn't got a demo. So I don't know if that'd be any good from Square or not.
Having a demo is a big bonus for like me, just because I don't buy a massive amount of games, especially not digital only games. So although I've just obviously bought Kena. But yeah, that's what I've been playing. So Chris, what have you been playing on PlayStation?
Apart from Death Stranding and Alan Wake, nothing else.
So 2 remasters of games. I mean, I've already got the platinum for Dirt 5, right? So on PS4. So what can I say? And I've just bought 2 remasters. Yeah, really. So.
It's like I said, Alan Wake. I'm on episode 5 of 6, so I've pretty much finished that. Then I mostly finish that later tonight or something. Then it will be starting mostly Metroid on that Switch.
On that Switch.
Yeah. On PlayStation I have got a lot. Yeah, a lot I want to play. Like I said, I want to continue with Death Stranding. But I know it's like a 40-hour game, and I'm like, oh, you're 9 hours in. I was like, yeah, still got another 31 to go. Like I've not even started Ratchet & Clank properly, and that's like a good one. And Kena, like, we've both got that. Thankfully, there's not a huge lot, even though October is a busy month. When we did the October episode recently, it's not a huge lot that I'm that bothered about now. Like, I'm not bothered about Far Cry or Guardians or anything like that. So it's going to be things like Voice of Cards that I'm looking at picking up. So it should be a decent backloggy type month, or like, that game's on, Pathless is on sale, we're gonna pick that up and get that. And I'm not running out buying gamers. I am Chris Pengelly, but it's not gonna be going out and getting Guardians of the Galaxy. It's gonna be going out and like getting Pathless if that's on sale, or Voice of Cards, that sort of thing, and backlog.
Well, that's perfect, Chris, because you almost ruined what I was going to transition, but I managed to stop you just in time. So the first topic of our special PlayStation episode is what games are we going to play in our backlogs for PlayStation over the next couple of months? Because obviously, if you've been following the show, excuse me, you know that Chris has had a really horrible 6 months of not having a PlayStation console that he can play.
Longer than that, it's 10 months.
10 months, which is
10 months.
I wonder if that is the longest you've gone without having a PlayStation home console, like a current home PlayStation console since the PlayStation 1. I wonder if that is.
Most probably.
Because you've always had a PS1, PS2.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking, did I sell my PS1 to help fund the Dreamcast? But then I would have got a PS2 not that long afterwards. So
Because I went about 2 years, maybe 3 years between PS3 and PS4. I didn't have a PS4 or a PS3. But like since then, I've always had a play, and before then, I always had a PlayStation. So I always had PS1, PS2.
But it was like that's mostly been the. No, actually, saying that I did like between PS2 and PS3 though, because I would have traded my PS2 in towards my 360 most probably. So I would have gone, and I didn't play like God of War and Final Fantasy 12 and stuff because I didn't have a PS2 because I had a like the 360. So maybe that time between PS2 and PS3, or 360 and PS3, which was like
maybe a
year and
tops.
a half.
Yeah.
Because the 360.
Yeah, because we had it late. We had the PS3 later, didn't we?
Yeah, we had it March 2007, so it would have been like November, December, January, February.
Just over 14 years ago, Chris. Just to let you know.
That was 6. Yeah, so it would have been like 16 months or something between PS2 and PS3.
Well, thankfully, you haven't had to do that again. So, for 10 months. Obviously, Chris has been without his PlayStation love for 10 months. So, there is games that Chris hasn't yet played. I know. So, it's hard to do this episode with Chris and Craig, because Craig doesn't have a backlog, and Chris doesn't play his backlog. He just buys games. So, it's like, and I'm sat in the middle where I kind of do both sometimes. Just I'm a bit aloof, really. So, is there anything that comes to mind, Chris? Because I can start you off if you want. Obviously, because we've just talked about Kingdom Hearts. So, Kingdom Hearts is one of the ones on there I'd like to get through. Ideally, I'd like to keep getting through those games over the next 6 months. And then obviously the big one is Persona 5 Royal. It's been long enough now that my save loss can be gotten over and I can continue doing the fucking first dungeon that I've done 4 times.
Well, I got the same problem as you on Persona 5, because obviously I haven't got my save file. I was only like 6 hours in anyway.
So I was 25 hours in. I've lost 15 of those hours.
Long into the game, but the 6 hours I played wasn't much different to Persona 5
and it's
in general.
That game there,
yeah, so if I was to play that 6 hours again, it's sort of you playing that 6 hours for the third time. And I know it's like 120-hour game.
Plus.
So it's like I know I can, I finished it once before. I finished Persona 5 regular before, and I did it quite quickly, so I know I can get. It's just, and it was so good as well. So I don't know if I start Persona 5 Royal, I'm like, yep, I'm just gonna play this 120-hour game and nothing else for like 2 weeks or something. There's also puts it off a bit. So
it's tough, right? Because like I said, it's a great game. Like, so I haven't finished. I played Persona 5. Like 15 hours, 20 hours, and I played Persona 5 Royal 25 hours before I lost my save. So it's a little bit easier for me because I don't know what's beyond that, and to be honest with you, I've pretty much avoided spoilers. I really don't know what happens in Persona 5 after where I am. Like I genuinely don't. So it's like, okay, if I need a day to catch back up. I think so. I need to sit there for a day and go, right. I'm sitting here for 10 hours and I'm catching up. I know how to do the dungeon because I've done it 3 times. I'd just done the art dungeon. That was what I'd just done. So it was like, right, I can power through that. That's fine. But it's one of those things, like, I've loved every second I've played Persona 5. I'm a big Persona 4 fan, and I think we are probably going to get some Persona goodness over the next 12 months. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see the Steam version of Golden on PS5. Wouldn't be surprised at all. And I want a Persona 3 remaster put onto modern consoles. That's what I want. And obviously I still want to play Strikers, and I still want to play the dancing games, and they're quite cheap to get at the moment, so it's like, I need to do Royal. So that's the first sort of big one. And I've got a bit of a theme here because I didn't even realise when I picked this off my shelf. The other game, because of announcements on other consoles, Chris, I want to get through this, which is the Bayonetta and Vanquish 10-year anniversary that I picked up months ago. Because I do this when I pick up games cheap. So I'm kind of like Chris, but not quite as bad in my mind, because Chris buys a lot of stuff around about when it comes out. I just have like a random day where I'll watch a video and I'll go, tell you what, I should buy all the Metal Gear games. And then I own all the Metal Gear games. Like I own almost all of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm one of those people. If I'm like, I'll watch one video and I'm like, I should, like I own Bayonetta 1 on 360 and on Wii U. So why did I'm like, it'll run better on my PS5, won't it? Yeah. And then I'll play Bayonetta 2 on Wii U and be like, ooh.
Yeah.
And then I'll play Bayonetta 3 on Switch and be like, Bayonetta 1 looks better than this. What's going on? And obviously Vanquish is cool, but yeah, the Sega goodness is very strong. I mean, I actually toyed with just playing Sega games for like a year. I talked to you about this, I think, off camera, and I toyed with the idea of just buying Sega published games because I was like, they kind of make everything I like, and I've got like the Yakuza
they're
series,
surprising. Like everyone, they're a weird publisher because I think most people who think Sega, they think
they make Sonic.
They make Sonic and they're really bad, and then like Metacritic always do like their end of the year publisher things. And it's like Sega like first or second. You're like, how? It's like, oh yeah, because Total War got an 86 and Football Manager got an 85, and
Yakuza's always good.
And Yakuza got an 88 and.
Sakura Wars
and Persona's now counted, and that got a 90, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, Sega's like really good. It's just, I think people think Sega, don't think those games.
Well, even like the Monkey Ball games, the remasters that have come out recently, they're both done reviewed quite well. Puyo Tetris always reviews well. Like I said, Sakura Wars, anything Atlas does. So as it's sent, as we called 13 Aegis, whatever the fuck it's called.
13 Sentinels.
Yeah, sorry.
That's one that's on my. I don't own it, so I'm not really on my backlog. But I missed it in that point of when I sold my PS4 to like buy the PS5 and getting another PS5. So it's a game I've totally missed. So it's not back. It's more like a weird front log game.
Front log? That's an interesting topic. So I'm going to let you into a little secret. I have a specific, it's not going to load here now, a specific Sega wish list on Amazon that is just Sega games for when I thought I was going to do this Sega plan.
Yeah.
And it's got like 20 games on here. And they're all good. Like stuff like, so like we talk about games backlog we haven't bought in sales. Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne at the moment is £28.
Yeah.
Now for people, for like me and you that have tried to buy these games 20 years after they come out, I think we both look at that price and go, it's not be bad for the shelf, would it? Stuff like that, and you think you've got on here the Yakuza Remaster Collection, £20. It's like 5 games, right? It's not.
Yeah.
And they're wobbling those publishers. So you go down this list, and there's nothing here that's like over 20 quid, really. I think even 13 Sentinels is 35 at the moment, which is like there wasn't Odin Sphere Leaf Racer, which I have on just Vita digitally.
Yeah, I have a physical. I have a physical Vita.
That's weird. That's quite expensive now. Obviously, Lost Judgment's just come out. I could actually play Judgment. Sonic Colors is out, but don't play on Switch. Shenmue 3, Chris? If I beat Shenmue 3 before you do, I swear to God. But yeah. So is there anything that isn't Sega that's like jumping out at you that you like? So for like, there's lots of examples I could give, but like something like Ghost of Tsushima. Did you finish that, or like stuff like that?
Yeah, I finished that. I would like to play the director's cut, like Iki Island thing again, because of my save issues and stuff like that. It's like, I would have to. Like, I don't know the game anyway, so I'd have to rebuy the game anyway. But I was just gonna buy like a cheap PS4 copy. They've gone up in price because people have thought the same as me for this, so that's gone up in price, and I'll have to buy the DLC anyway. So that's not really changed. The only thing that's changed with the lack of saves was if I played it on PS4, I'd have obviously my trophies and stuff, which would still be the same. I could just start the DLC right away, but now I would have to finish Act 1 of Ghost of Tsushima again to be able to play the Iki Island. I don't think it's that long, but I have to replay it.
You might as well just keep playing it, wouldn't you? That's the thing, if you do that.
Yeah, and then also with that, if I'm going to replay it, I'll most probably want to replay the PS5 version and get those new trophies and stuff like that. And then that's like a 70 quid game. It does work out for like I think I did it on the podcast before, like it's about 35 quid used on PS4 now on eBay. Add the 15 quid just for the island, you're now looking at 50. Okay, it's still that 20 quid difference, which would, 20 quid difference is Alan Wake, wherever it is. So that's, that's a decent difference.
all of Kingdom Hearts.
all of Kingdom Hearts. Yeah. So that's a decent difference in price, but obviously it's going to come down in price over time. So it's one I definitely want to go back to, and especially pick up the PS5 version, especially if they think I have Death Stranding physical on PS5. They got one director's cut. Let's get director's cut.
Oh god, that's going to be like a niche collection, isn't it? In like 10 years, because obviously they're going to do all their games going to have director's cut. I'm surprised the Uncharted remasters aren't called director's cuts, to be honest.
No, it's Legacy of Thieves.
Yeah, so like the next one will be, right, the next game. What will be the next director's cut, do you reckon? Last of Us 2?
I'm waiting for the Shadow of the Colossus director's cut, just for the bands. So it's on PS2, PS3, PS4, PS5.
He's to retroactively make a PS1 version.
Yeah. So there's definitely something like that. Pathless, I've mentioned. The problem with Pathless is, reviewed fairly well. I think it was like high 7s, low 8s, and stuff like that. It's one I did have pre-ordered originally when because it was coming December, and obviously PS5. Problem now is it hasn't really changed in price. You got Solar Ash coming out, which looks quite similar, and let's say that's reviews better, which is good for Fantasy Crest. And let's say that's an high 8, low 9 game, and that's, I don't know how much that is, but let's say it's the same price. I'm like, I'm going to go for Solar Ash. That does my feel of that sort of game. So that's the Pathless' maybe thing, is see what Solar Ash turns out to be. So there's definitely that one. Grand Blue Fantasy I mentioned, because obviously I picked up Guilty Gear, and Grand Blue maybe should have been the one I picked up because it's got a proper story mode. There's another one like I missed. There's that weird period of like the last sort of 6 months of PS4, because obviously video game prices went up quite a bit during lockdown and stuff. So I capitalized and sold my PS4 when it was high in value. So I missed like I said, the 13 Sentinels, the Grand Blue Fantasy. There's an odd other one or two like those, like the weird Japanese games that came in like that last sort of thing, and then obviously not picked them up.
Did you play Like a Dragon, or did you buy that on Xbox?
I bought it on Xbox, but now it's on Game Pass. So
because I had a PS4 version cheap, which I sold on. I regret selling it. Actually, I probably will pick a PS5 version up at some point, because fuck Xbox. Am I right? Craig, you're not here.
Yeah.
So any of the PS5 games then? So you've missed Demon's Souls.
Yeah,
you've
Demon's
missed
Souls.
Returnal.
See,
anything else? Deathloop.
Yeah, see, there's like a few sort of like exclusives like that. So obviously you got Demon's Souls, which is strangely, because Ratchet and Clank I picked up for 38, and obviously that's a £70 game. Demon's Souls has barely dropped in price
because no one sold it. They clearly made a certain amount, and no one has traded that in.
Yeah, because it was now like almost 12 months later, and it's still like a used copy is like 60 odd quid. Which is surprised, because PlayStation games aren't like Nintendo games. They don't hold their money. Again, Ratchet and Clank, 38 quid I pay for like 2 or 3 months later, which
I feel like Demon's Souls is one of those games that it's like a collector's game. Like if you like Souls games, you don't sell them. Whereas like I think Ratchet and Clank, like you could probably buy and sell and be like, I'm not going to do a second run of Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
Whereas Demon's Souls is like, I'm going to do runs for years and years and years and all that kind of stuff.
It's one of those weird ones. Like we all know my history of Souls games.
It would be a bad idea.
It would be a bad idea, so especially for 60 odd quid. That's why I've not picked it up. But it is something I would like to try, because it looks like graphically it looks really good and stuff like that. And obviously, being a remake of a PS3 game, there's tons of info around the game and stuff like that. Like I can't remember, like when I was looking, there was like some royal spellcaster or something.
You could cheese it. Like I remember watching Pete play it, and he did magic, and it looked like he was playing the easiest game he's ever played. So and I love that that's your thought as well. I was like, oh no, you know what? I'll play it. I'll cheese it, and then I can say that I've done it. Ha ha. And you're like, oh, Chris.
Yeah, so it's what I want to play, but it's like when it's like 25 quid or something, or it's on plus, because there's
I could see it being a plus, and I could see it be one of the first PS hits on PS5, which will be like 40 quid. There won't be 20 quid. It'll be like 40 quid.
Yeah, so that's one would play, but it's like circumstances around it. Play Returnal's similar to that, and it's actually out of the two is the one I would want to play less. If you said you got to buy Demon Souls or Returnal tomorrow, which one would you buy? I'd buy Demon Souls then Returnal, because I'm just not a huge fan of roguelites, and that's what it is. It's a AAA roguelite, and I'm just not. Like I like the alien type art style and that, and the weird flashback scenes which you've seen in the trailers look interesting for a story standpoint. In Housemarque gameplay, and that's really good, but I just don't like the whole roguelike concept and stuff like that. I know the Souls games sort of have a similar thing where you die in that, but it's less so than the roguelike. So out of the two, I'm no hurry to play Returnal or whatsoever, really. Out of those two, just like Sackboy, I've not played Sackboy.
No, it's another one. So I have it. It's one of the two physical PS5 games that I still own, and I really need to finish it. I think I stopped playing it because we were going to play it co-op, and then obviously you haven't rebought it yet. So it's but I need to get back to it because everything I play about it, it's just Mario 3D World. It's fun. It's just a fun PlayStation platformer. There isn't too many of them. Although weirdly, PS5 has like 3 if you include Ratchet and Clank in that. Which is strange, but Sackboy's a good time. And if there's the only other big PS5 game for you would be Resident Evil Village, right? Because you haven't played that.
I haven't played that. No.
You ironically got a PS5 version, didn't you, as well by accident, which is quite funny.
Yeah, I did. So.
But
yeah. So I've not played Resident Evil Village on anything yet.
No. Would you? I suppose if you got it now, you'd play it on PS5, right?
Most probably. I know Craig still got it, so I can borrow his on Xbox. Right, okay. But
if you were going to buy it, it would be PS5.
If I was to buy it, I'd buy it on PS5. Yeah, most probably. And I don't know if it uses the DualSense in any way. I would think it mostly does.
I think the demo did. I can't remember because I played the first demo when I got my PS5, which I hated because it was scary. But I think it did use it for stuff. They like lock picking and stuff. It was like nerve wracking, which is great stuff for people like me that get scared very easily.
Yeah, and then the PS5 got some like weird games and stuff. Like there's a remastered version of the Terminator game that was on PS4 and thing, which is like a exclusive PS5 game, and you can't update it either. So if you own the PS4, you can't. No upgrade. It's just a weird exclusive PS5.
There's a lot of those. There's a lot of weird, like PS5 compared to Series X, and I know it's because of what's it called, Chris? Because of smart delivery and because it's actually in its own case, which sounds stupid, but like there are people that still only buy physical games. But the fact that it's in there's so many like shovelware games on PS5. I know we've talked about them on here before, and there's like weird ports that you're just looking at, like Terminator Salvation. You're just like, this is Salvation, isn't it? It was Resistance. I can't remember.
No, I think it's called Resistance.
Salvation might be in the 360 one, right?
That was the film one there.
Man, I love Terminator, but I'm not up to date. I don't think I've watched any of the recent ones or played any of the games. That game actually looks kind of fun, but I don't want to spend like lots of money. Aren't they making a RoboCop game? That studio?
Yeah, they're making a RoboCop game.
Hell yeah! That might be a day one stream because I love RoboCop. But there's a lot of weird PS5 ports.
Yeah, and there's like obviously I've talked about Powerful is a PlayStation console exclusive. On PS5, it's on like PC and stuff like that. And there's a few other like weird ones like that, like Kena, like Jet just come out.
Bugsnax, you need to get back to it.
Bugsnax,
both of us do.
You got Tormented Souls, which I've talked about, where it's now on Xbox Series, and it's coming to PS4 and Xbox One and Switch, but it's only physical on PS5 and Switch.
So weird.
It's on like everything. Well, will be on everything. At the moment, it's only on the two current or next gen consoles, whatever I can call it. But the only physical versions are PS5 and Switch. So it's like that weird one. Like, if I'm gonna pick it up, I'm gonna pick it up on PS5.
I think if you were gonna collect them, yes. But I think at the moment you're not in your collecting PS5 phase, are you? I think you tend to do that more at the end, which is weird because it would be much cheaper for you if you just kept the big games now. Especially the weird ones, like stuff like Alex Kidd as well. Like I keep seeing the PS5, and there must be like 200 megabytes on that Blu-ray disc. But it's like, for me, because I only have one physical console. If I was going to buy, obviously, I have to buy physical games on PS5. Even though I already own 2 PS5 games, it's the like if I'm going to buy them, I have to buy them on that. Cool. So from stuff you haven't already played, not a lot. There is one big one for me, because obviously I could talk about Death Stranding because you bought me that, so I need to play that at some point. I need to upgrade it. It's quite cheap to do anyway. And I own Ghost of Tsushima, and I haven't played it a lot. This is really the big one, right? So, because I've had this for ages. I got it for like 20 quid, like the month after the game came out, because everyone was like, it's terrible. You really like it, and so does Pete. So the fact that you both like it is like, right, I should play it. But I am in this horrible cycle with this game. Every time there's a patch, I watch the Digital Foundry video and I go, oh, is it time? And it's never quite time. And I don't know, like, I don't think I'm really waiting for the PS5 version, because I'm not fussed about 4K. I'm not fussed about, like, it runs at 60 now. It's, you know what I mean? It's going to probably be as good as it's going to be, really. But I just can't bring myself to play it, because I was quite excited for it, hence why I own it. And I always love the CD Projekt's, like, wonderful cases they give you for their games, which sounds stupid, but like I'm old school, man. I love getting those GTA games with the maps and all those like stickers and stuff, right? So and that's probably the biggest game on the, like, I need to just sit there and play it. Like, I need to stop buying games, which again, I don't know how many times, I don't know how many episodes me and you have said the phrase, we should really stop buying games, and Craig just sat there laughing at us like, we know you're not, what are you on about, boys?
Like I said, I thought I was only going to have 2 sort of hiccups. I was going to have Alan Wake and the game on Switch, and then I've ended up with 7.
Yeah, and I was literally I wasn't going to buy anything. I think I was going to buy Metroid. I haven't, and I've gone and bought the Kingdom Hearts games that I could just play on Xbox. But I'm like, I have it physically on PS4, so I might as well get all of them physically on PS4. Sora's coming to Switch now. Oh, what good timing, you know? So it's like, okay, fine. Thankfully, you can't buy them on Switch, really. So otherwise, I'd have to buy them again. But bloody cloud. Lovely, Chris. So, what should we talk about next on PlayStation? I suppose let's talk about the PS5. We haven't. I don't think me and you have had a one-on-one, non-interrupted by Craig, just really going in on the update stuff, which I understand. So how are you finding your PS5? Because I'm getting more and more in love with it. So I was really unimpressed. So when I think we did an episode about 6 months ago where we talked about like my thoughts on the PS5.
Yeah, because you just got a PS5.
Because I just got a PS5. So I've had mine I think I've had it for like 7 or 8 months now. I got it in February. And I'm liking it more and more. I still think it's too fucking big, and I've still got coil hum. That's, you know, it's not very loud, but it's like when you play PS5 games you hear it. When you play PS4 games you don't. So it is take that information what you want. But I'm getting more impressed with it. Like, I'm glad they updated trophies. Really glad they updated trophies. I like the interface. I love the controller. I still think the battery life's wank. The
battery is not good, which is weird because everyone always said the DualShock 4 battery is bad, and I was like, are we playing the same console? And literally, and I remember, I'm pretty sure, like, I sort of like timed it, like I charged for DualShock 4. And then I started playing Catherine to see how far, because obviously it gives you time how long you play. And I'm pretty sure I finished the game, and like that game's like 12 hours long. I was like, what are you guys all on about? And then I got my DualSense, and I'm like, oh, I've had to, like, every night I charge it now. Yeah. I literally put it on phone with put it on charge with my phone now.
It's bad. It's like, so that's one of the reasons I think I've said it on the podcast before. I prefer playing PS4 versions of games because I can switch controller. Like, as much as I'm like, oh, it's cool that it's got all the haptic feedback and stuff. It's like, yeah, but if I can play the PS4 version, when my DualSense dies in 2.5 hours, I can switch to my DualShock while my DualSense charges, which is a ridiculous thing to say. And I want to buy a second DualSense, but I'm waiting for a color I like. Like, I'd like at least blue. I mean, I want a see-through one, like the like the new Xbox one. But like, I love PlayStation doesn't make. I don't think PlayStation makes as consistently good colors and stuff for controllers as Xbox, but when they're good, they're really good. So like the big special edition ones they did for PS4. So the like see-through blue one they did for a console. What was it to do? It was a
500 million one.
500 million one. Yeah, thank you. And obviously the classic grey PS1 anniversary edition one. Beautiful controllers. They have some horrible ones. Like the gold ones are always terrible. The gold PlayStation controllers are always awful, but the silver ones are really good. So it's like you know, and they always do a bad camo. I don't know why. I don't know why both companies still make camo controllers. Like, it's not 1997. Like, surely people aren't like, oh yeah, give me the green camo controller. Like, what? Like, why? Why would you do that? Like, are you really that much into COD that you need your like your gun skin to like line up with your controller? Like, it's madness. But so yeah, so
I do need a second. I'm really tempted to buy the red one.
Just wait. I don't think the red looks very good. I think the red looks kind of pink as well.
Yeah.
The black's boring, obviously.
Blue, yeah, but the black doesn't look good at all. Blue would be great. A blue one. I'm waiting for a second one. Like, it's weird because I've played whatever Alan Wake, and I'll play Alan Wake later, and I won't have to worry about the controller needing charging, but I do need to charge it sort of like every night to be able to like do that. Same with Death Stranding, like I said, I'm like 9 hours in. I've never gone, oh, I'm playing this, I got a cinematic and it's popped there. It's never been like that, but it's like, right, okay, the battery's on the lowest one, right, I put it on charge, and then I get like a day's worth of play the next thing. It's not, it's not great.
Depends what you play. Like, so obviously, if you like playing Dirt with all the settings on, it's like it lasts like an hour. And I fear for like Horizon, because that's really the next big game that I'm like, that's probably going to use it quite heavily, because I think it's quite heavily used in the PS4 game anyway. But it's like that's going to really eat the controller. Hopefully they do a special edition controller so I could buy that.
Yeah.
They don't. I don't think do they tend to do standalone game controllers? I know they do them with consoles quite a lot.
They've done them. There's The Last of Us 2 one, I know.
Yeah, but let's not talk about bad games. Let's talk about good games. Okay, good games.
Like, they never did the Death Stranding. They didn't do the Death Stranding one on its own.
Which was nice as well, wasn't it? It was like the yellow.
It's the yellow one. It was the other one.
Like
Yeah,
the piss yellow. BB one.
Yeah. I think they did God of War on its own though.
I feel like they did. Uncharted they didn't, because Uncharted you had to buy the console.
They did the pale blue one.
Did they?
I had it.
Maybe I don't pay enough attention. Maybe that's what it is.
But yeah, one of the Monster Hunter ones might have had one as well.
Probably. Yeah, Monster World definitely had one. Or did they do an Iceborne one? I don't know. Anyway,
I think it was World.
So let's get back on track, Chris. How are you finding the PS5 now? You've had it for like a month.
Yeah, it's basically the system I use every day now. Like, I turn it on, like that's what I use to watch. I know it's gonna sound silly, like YouTube. I'm using the PS5.
So I'm gonna pause you, Chris. So I'm also doing that, but the reason I'm doing that is I still have the problem I had when I got my Xbox, where for some reason the Xbox Series S YouTube app doesn't work properly. For me, I have a delay. So if I'm watching a video that's over 20 minutes long, it slowly comes out of sync. But it works fine on my Xbox One, which is the same. You'd think is the same. I think it's the same app. Obviously, PS4, PS5, the TV app, fine. The Switch YouTube app works okay. For some reason, my Xbox Series S YouTube app does not work. Oh, weird. Anyway, go back. Sorry, Chris. Carry on.
So it's like what I'm using to use. I know it's a weird thing, but it's like, you're right. That's what I'm using to watch, YouTube or Disney Plus or whatever and stuff like that. And at the moment is what I'm playing games on, because I know I'm weirdly playing remasters and stuff like that. But I would have picked Alan Wake up regardless. I would have picked up on Xbox Series X or PS5. Obviously, I've picked up on PS5 instead. But it's like weirdly, it's the system where it's, apart from Metroid, games have come out that I want to, play keener, Ratchet to go back to and stuff like that. Not to say Xbox hasn't, like, this next month, Forza's going to be huge, and like, only turning on the Xbox to play, turning that on instead. Some weird things I quite often, it must be a carryover from PS4. I often use the PlayStation button to to bring up, because on the old one it used to bring up the menu on the side or something.
It takes a
and I
want
to hold it down to turn it off, and I'm like, why is it not bringing up? And then it brings up the thing across the bottom, and that there's a few little things that they changed, and the biggest ones I want them on the bottom, the game bar or whatever it's called. you have your profile, you have your broadcasting and stuff like that. I want one just for trophies.
Yeah, it's weird that you can't customize it to give you trophies.
Don't need to. I don't want to go over to profile and then select trophies. I just want trophies. I want to know my trophies and how to get more trophies. So,
well, that's going to lead us into the final part of our random episode, Chris. Trophies, because you're back on trophies now. I've seen obviously the Chris Smut has begun. So you've got your games you've loaded up for trophies. You've got your My Name Is Mayo 2 that you didn't play, and now you've gone back in. And I've said I like that game. I think it's actually decent.
I like that game as well.
So when is the Ratalaika comeback happening? When are you getting silly? When are we getting to 100 trophies, Chris? When is this happening?
I'm 10 away from 50, so don't think about 100 yet.
Because I was catching you because of your lack of PlayStation, but I've dropped off. Yeah. I need to get back to the trophy goodness.
Yeah, so my trophies started going up because I got the Spider-Man Remastered Platinum. Then My Name Is Mayo Platinum. I got the Life is Strange Platinum. I have 3 Platinums in a row.
Jesus. You obviously still got to go back and get. Have you got the Astro Platinum?
No, I haven't.
Very easy platinum. You need to do that. You need to do that. I think that's one of those things. Like if you say you like trophies and you have a PS5, I think you have to have the Astro Platinum because it's very easy.
Yeah. So it's definitely that one, and obviously my trophy level's gone up. It's like 355 or something.
Still same level as me though. Still just silver.
Yeah, I don't know what you need to be gold now.
I think it's 400. I think it's the hundreds that it goes up. I'm silver. I'm 309 now. It's gone up recently, and I've played at least half the games you have. So I'll take that. I'll take that in a minute. But I do find the trophies are better. Like people hate it, and I know Craig's gonna turn in his grave for this, but trophies are just better than achievements. And I know it sucks because of platinums are kind of not as valuable now because of all the Ratalaika stuff. But a game having a platinum is just way better than a game having 1,000 because you run into the problem that I've now got with Dirt, whereas on Xbox I'm dropped to like 60% because obviously they've added achievements, but they're not separated. Whereas on PlayStation it's the platinum and then I've got the separate lists, so it's like I still completed the game, but I haven't got I haven't done the new stuff, so I haven't got to go back.
Yeah.
Even though I am going back, but you know what I mean. It's annoying when you've got a list of games. And I know at some point me and you are gonna have a 2-month period where we just go fucking hard on platinums. I can already see it. Like I've been so close to just going mental and just platinuming a load of games. Like I installed a load of games like that I know the doable.
Yeah, I've got an odd few, but I've got because I went a little bit period where I got like 5 platinums in a row or something on the Vita. Like Ratalaika games, and they are cross-buy or something, and they've got their own lists. So I think there's a few where I can get the platinum for the PS4 version, even though I have the Vita platinum. I just got to work out which ones. Like, okay, I haven't got the platinum for this on PS4. I can download this and then play that. It's just at the moment it's like I'm downloading games just for the platinum where I could be playing like these new shiny games on my PS5. I haven't. It's mainly like you said, maybe like a few months' time. I've had the PS5 for a long time. Like, right.
Yeah, nothing's out. You've got a month. You're like, right, let's knock some stuff out.
What's in my game library? Right, I haven't got the platinum for this. I haven't got the platinum for this. Oh, I've had download what I can, do Astro or whatever, because
So
it's going to be there.
Is there a game you want to be number 50? That will always be on your PSN profiles, like maybe do a stream. Like, is there a 50 game, like a game you're like, right, I want this game to be my 50?
Not that I can think of my top of my head.
Is this something you're now going to think about though? Because we could do a stream. Because I'm like, I want my 50 to be a big game. I don't want my 50 to be My Name Is Mayo. Like I want my 50 to be like ideally it would have been Dirt 5, but obviously I'm going to get that soon. I think Miles will be my next one because I just need to do the New Game Plus.
Yeah, see, Miles is one I could, obviously I don't own it anymore, but it's one I could easily get
the platinum. Just borrow my copy, couldn't you, if you really had to?
Yeah, I could easily get the platinum for if I wanted and stuff like that. There's a few like that I could go to. Like I said, my level's gone up because I know Smurf on the forums now on like level 359 or something. You like pass me on that and like
that's got hurt.
Yeah, like I know it's like Andy on the forum with his 800 platinums or whatever he's got. I'm never gonna catch him, but it's like, oh, Smurf passed me. but when I hadn't got a PlayStation, I was like, ah, damn it. And it's 355 and 359 doesn't sound that far apart, but
No, it's a lot of games.
it's
Like,
actually a lot of
yeah, it's a lot of games.
It is actually a lot. Like I said, to get to the gold takes a while. So
you'll do it. Don't worry. You'll do it because you play 600 games a year, so you'll be fine.
Yeah, and I do play those Rat League games and stuff.
You do. So yeah, I'm trying to think, like looking at my collection, if there is a special game for 50, and maybe I have to think about that. Because I did toy with Persona 5 Royal, because it's actually quite easy, but you literally need to play the whole game following a guide, and I don't think I've got 120 hours of following a guide in me on a console game. If it was on handheld, maybe. If they re-release Persona 4 on PS4, that might be a shout for my PS5 50 Platinum. That is a hell of a commitment.
Yeah,
because obviously I've got finished The Witcher on Xbox for charity for the big beautiful kids. That'll get done. Obviously, I'm gonna finish Voice of Cards. Now, if that's got a good trophy, list, that's doable. Because my problem is the same with you. The three things it cannot have are play the game more than once, play the game on the hardest setting, or some stupid, ridiculous you need to get 700 collectibles. Missable collectibles. That is the three things that they need to not have. So if Voice of Cards is just play the game and then you have to do all the side quests, or you have to be full max level, whatever. I could do that. I know you've got Type 0 is one that sits there disgustingly on your account that you're gonna have to replay the whole game.
I got 96. I got
you're missing
90,
two.
Yeah.
Missing
I think I got 96% of the trophies.
Which is gross.
I'm missing two, and then I would get the platinum, I think. And I know how to get the two as well, I think. It's just, I would have to start the game again, play it for 30 odd hours or something to get to the bit where I can then get the two trophies I'm missing.
But I suppose at least it's in the back pocket ready if you really needed to get that platinum. Because it's if it was 7, if it was if you were right, you're 2 trophies away from Final Fantasy 7's platinum, it's iconic enough that you could be right, I'm just going to do it because that looks nice, doesn't it, on your little list. Then we do a little stream, you're my 50th was Final Fantasy 7. Mine is not Final Fantasy 7 because I've not got, again, I don't have the patience to replay that original game. I do own the disc version of Final Fantasy 8, so... I mean, 12.
It's
quite hard. I think all the Final Fantasy games are pretty time consuming. 12 is gross. So I think 12 has a lot of has those bosses that have 600 million life and stuff, which is it's a no bueno. And I think Kingdom Hearts has got difficulties, so that rules me out of that.
I don't know how hard because Death Stranding's would be, because on PS4 I've got 69% of the trophies.
Nice,
yeah. And obviously, if I get the same amount,
I don't think it's very hard.
I think it is. I forget, and obviously they've made it slightly easier now with some of the new equipment. If I was to get the same amount again on my playthrough, I'm how many processes? I think the problem would be the legendary of legendary of legendary, post delivery ones, and that the gold one was the very rare one, and that. Because you got deliver super duper things, and they can't be damaged at all and stuff like that.
You have to be good at the game. That's what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
There's two that are jumping out at me now. I've thought about it for a little bit. Shadow of Mordor, which I know is doable, and I love Lord of the Rings, and Jedi Fallen Order, which is also very doable. And I have EA Play, so I could just play the PS5 version for free without having to buy it. Even though I think it's £20 disc on PS5, it's actually one of the cheaper PS5 games. So that's two that would be quite nice.
There's actually quite a doable one, and it's actually one of the games, because I said at the start of this I did some posting stuff. Control, the PS5 version on Plus.
Plus, yeah.
Because on Xbox I've got something 800 of the 1000 G of the original version.
Yeah.
So and the two I was missing was one of them was do every side quest, and I'm for 100G I can't be bothered.
Yeah.
But
for
could I
cheeky
be
platinum?
bothered? But for cheeky platinum, that's a different kettle of fish. See, that is a doable it basically just replayed the game. There's no difficulty setting or anything like that. Collectibles, there's hundreds of them. You only need to get a certain amount. So it's just like do every quest, and it's a easy platinum.
Nice. Well, hold that thought, because I think maybe next time we do a non-Craig PlayStation show, we'll do a full trophy breakdown of what we want to get. Because obviously I think we've both done trophy videos on the channel.
Yeah.
That are like weirdly popular, and I know I need to do it, and I will do an update to that video at the end of the year. I think I already have like 6 or 7 more platinums since that video.
Nice.
So if I could get to, I think I was aiming for 30. I think I've got 27 or 28. So I should be more than capable to get to 30. I wanted to catch you and get to 40. But that's.
How many are you on?
I'm on 27 or 28.
Okay, and I'm on 40, I believe now.
But I have a lot. Like if I wanted to, I could play the 12 Ratalika games that you have. Like I've got some on my list. Like I've got like 4 or 5, maybe 6 or 7 Ratalika games. But I don't. Traditionally, most of my PS5 plans are actually quite decent games. Like obviously, I've got Dirt twice. I'm gonna have Dirt 5 twice. That's both of those are 30 hours. Like are quite rare. Like stuff like that. And like Mars Morales, I could do. I've done the first Spider-Man, for example, but I haven't got the remaster, so I can't. Because weirdly, you can't just buy that at the moment. Still,
no.
I haven't played many Telltale games on PlayStation either, so I could.
Yeah, that's one
I could pull that out of my back pocket and just play all the Telltale games if I wanted to. But...
Yeah, that's definitely a series. I did play quite a few of them originally on PlayStation, and then like the last few on Xbox. I'm definitely like the last season of Walking Dead. That could easily be a platinum on.
I think we need some good ones. I think we both need to probably do a few better. Like the big ones need to be better ones. So like 40 and 50, I think they need to be good games. I think it annoys me enough when I go on there and it's like you're like. The 15th platinum was like, I don't know, that awful game that we played on Vita, the Prairie game. I can't remember what it's called. And
the Adventure Prairie.
Yeah, like I hate that's on my account. I really do. Like that was, the £1.29 platinum felt good for all of 10 minutes. I was like, oh no, this is forever gonna be on my account.
Weirdly, like a lot of mine, like the Ratalika ones, are ones that I've bought because of they're like on Vita as well.
Yeah.
And obviously Vita, no more games for Vita, so like I'm less likely to pick up Ratalika games.
Yeah, same. I think it feels dirtier when it's just home console because you're like, I'm playing this on a 4K. Like when I play this on my big TV, why am I playing? I don't know, Super Destronaut or
I know some of them. Like My Name Is Mayo is an easy platinum, but it's also weirdly funny and good games.
Yeah, I mean, like My Name Is Mayo games are parodies of Ratalika games, and they're kind of like. And the second one is actually legitimately like fun game. Like it's actually pretty funny. It's pretty stupid. It's pretty satirical. So like fair play. Like they know what they're doing. But it's the Ratalika stuff is because at least you actually have to finish My Name Is Mayo. Because a lot of the Ratalika games you don't. You just like play 2 levels, you get everything, and then you never have to play the rest of the game for like Foxyland and stuff. So maybe we'll come up with the next time we do an episode 40th and 50th for us both. I suppose for me 30th because obviously I've got an extra 10 to get through. See if we can think of a big game.
In most probably, game. I'm thinking like the PlayStation, like first party games.
I don't think either of us have many. Like Ghost of Tsushima is doable that we both don't have.
Yeah, right. But like Spider-Man, I've obviously the one sort of cheating, but we've both got the first Spider-Man. No, you've got Horizon.
I have got Horizon. Yeah.
Yeah, so sort of thing, and they are like they normally don't have difficulty.
Apart from Uncharted, apart from Naughty Dog. I think Naughty Dog's achievements list are always the hardest ones.
Yeah, the Last of Us Part 1's achievement.
I think Days Gone was quite doable, but I like that game and not enough to like play it for.
Yeah, but like I'm thinking like Forbidden West or something that could easily be possibly a 50th one or something.
Yeah, I think 50th. I mean, for me, obviously 50th is not going to be. I'd be surprised if 50th is next year. But it could be if I knuckle down and I didn't play Xbox, like like I mean realistically, like I know we need to talk about this really with Craig, but like for me, and I've said it before, the Xbox for me is a Game Pass system now. Like I don't have a physical option. It's either a sale or I play on Game Pass. So it's the Game Pass console, and Switch really is just Nintendo games, and even then they put out so many that I don't have to buy them all. Like Nintendo, like I haven't bought one this year. I haven't bought a Switch game this year, but I will still buy Pokemon, and I know it'll be my favorite. It'll probably be my favorite game of the year. Like you know what I mean? Like it's that they're that type of company, So
it's like, both similar obviously I've got a Series S, so I got the physical
You have got the option,
aspect.
yeah.
So if like, I don't know, let's say I did want to pick up Far Cry 6, for instance, in a month's time, it's going to be cheaper, one, because it's a Ubisoft game, and it's going to be cheaper on Xbox than on PlayStation. And does it got dual sensitive features and that? I don't know. So I'd much pick it up on Xbox, and with that aspect. It's not a game that I would keep either, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So there is physical, but it is mainly a Game Pass box. Which for me is great because I do play a lot of the indies, like the Good Life the Good Life's coming this week, which most of it actually is going to be bad because but I'm kind of excited for it because it's a sweary game, so I definitely, that sort of thing. Actually, until then, I was mainly playing sort of Game Pass stuff and picking up the Alan Wakes of the world, but so it's much different. My Xbox sort of thing is just you only got so much time to play what you want. Nintendo is the one that's changed really for me buying a PlayStation now, because obviously it's where I would have bought. Well, I bought Persona 5 Strikers on Switch, so they didn't have a PlayStation.
You really need to buy the PlayStation version of that game instead. It doesn't stand a chance on Switch. You're never going to play it on Switch. There's no trophies, and it's going to run bad. Like there's no way you play that game on Switch. You have to get it on PlayStation. And then you have all of them because you're going to want multiple copies of it because it's a Persona game, right? So
I own a lot of Persona games.
Yeah, so it's tough, man. But yeah, it's interesting because I think like for me, Ubisoft games they all tend to drop to about £20, which is what the launch ones are on now. Apart from weirdly, Assassin's Creed is the most expensive one, and I guess it's the best one, which is why. But like you can pick up on Amazon, like you can pick up Watch Dogs Legion and Immortals for £20 each, easy already.
Yeah.
So I mean, when Far Cry does that, that's probably when I'll buy it, and I'll buy it on PlayStation because, like I said, I don't have a physical option on Xbox. And PlayStation keeps giving me weird games. It keeps giving me Voice of Cards. It keeps giving me Kena. It keeps giving me the Castlevania collection that's only on PlayStation. The Symphony of the Night one. It's only on PlayStation. Like I own that game because it was like £6 in a sale. The Star Wars games they keep re-releasing, and they do physical versions on PlayStation. And I know that sounds stupid, but like I love those games. Getting physical copies of the Jedi Knight boxed PC games is expensive.
Oh, they're coming to Switch as well. Do you think they're going to do a physical version?
They are physical on Switch, but they're later.
Yeah. Do you think they're going to do physical Knights of the Old Republic on Switch?
Yes, they will. Yeah, all of the Asper Media games, but they'll do that on its own. So like you can buy them. You can buy them. I think it's Republic Commando and Racer. And it's the two Jedi Knight games, but they're for some reason they're both £25 for each, but they're both a month later on Switch. Yeah. So, but on PlayStation you can get all of them. So I'm waiting for Knights of the Republic's this remaster to come to PlayStation and the remake because I was like, but it's on because I would play the remaster now if I had trophies because I haven't played that game since it came out, and then I'd just play the remake. But I have Republic Commando on PS4. It's one of the backlog games because it was in a sale. You got Ty the Tasmanian Tiger, which is slightly overpriced. But again, it's a physical game on PlayStation. So
weirdly,
it's like, I own it on PS2.
I know that there's been quite a few sales, like you mentioned the Tokyo Game Show. I haven't actually really looked at the sales on PlayStation.
They're actually very good. They're I'm
just worried I'll have a look and I'm like, 13 Sentinels or Grand Blue Versus or.
You've just missed that. All of those games were on sale like a month ago.
Yeah, because I thought or like Resident Evil Village or Pathless or I don't know. I can't think of anything else.
Pathless is on sale right now because they've got a hidden gem collection. I think Pathless is like £15 or something. Yeah, it's worth looking. So like, this is the thing that PlayStation does do better than Xbox because Xbox does this thing where they always put games that are on Game Pass on sale and they always put Ubisoft sales, and then it's just random crap. Like it'd be like Ratleaker stuff. Whereas PlayStation, because again they have like JRPGs, they'll just put here's a JRPG sale, and there's like 600 JRPGs you could buy, and there's DLC for those, there's bikini DLC for those games, as you know, because you love it.
Yeah,
and it's like
that's actually another one that you should maybe look at buying on PlayStation is Tibia Riser 2.
Yeah, Tibia Riser 2.
Because there's actually a PS5 version of that. So
why did you buy that game on Switch? But what I do now is on all of my platforms, and this is my tip to you all, to stop the impulse buying. I have wish lists, and I only buy games on those wish lists when they go on sale. So I have the Star Wars games on wish list. They went down to £6, £3. I'll buy them. Like like, sure, I've bought Kena and I'm going to buy Voice of Cards new. The combined price is cheaper than Ratchet and Clank. And it's spread out over months. So it's like, okay, fine. But yeah, definitely do the wish list, Chris. Project Zero, get on that wish list. As soon as it gets on sale, you get a little email telling you, by the way, all the games you want, they're cheap. Buy them now. You're like,
yeah, but that one I think if I buy it, I'm gonna import it.
The English Asian. You haven't got the Wii U version, have you?
No, I've not got the Wii U version.
You could buy a house with that now.
I had that. That's the disappointing thing.
I've never sold a Wii U game, but I didn't pre-order it. So all of my Wii U games were sat there looking sexy.
But if I do think I get that, I will get the physical Asian English PS5. So we're going for the PS5 imports.
I look forward to seeing you secretly have like a 40 game PS5 collection by the end of the year. Love it. Right, well we've talked about PlayStation enough, Chris. Let's get out of here before Craig cries himself to sleep. Hopefully Craig will be back for the next proper episode where we'll talk about something proper. But this is the one-off for now PlayStation show. We did the Nintendo one. We'll do an Xbox or an Atari one at some point. Why not? If you want to catch us on the socials, you can catch the whole show at Pod of Wars. You can catch Chris at Massive Dash. You can catch me at with Gizmo. But thank you for watching, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.